Hey there guys, InfamousAmoe again, back after a while. Um, this is going to be a video with my first looks and kind of impressions and looking at the Countess, whatever. But for my subscribers, who, not many, but for those, I'm going to explain why I've been gone. But if you want to skip past that and get straight to the content of this video, I'm going to put a time down in the description where I'll be done talking about why I've been gone and what's been gone and why that is. Anyways, to why I'm gone, or why I've been gone. Um, I've been really busy with college and a bunch of other things. Moving has happened in the 2 months kind of after I've been gone, and there's just a bunch of things. And aside from that, with Paragon, at the time of when I left about 2 months ago or so, the difficulties I was having with the game was that as I was trying to record videos, I kept running into these situations where I don't mind posting a loss. That's fine. Um, I'll post either one, win or lose. It doesn't matter to me or whatever else. But I kept running into situations where there'd be these toxic players, and the video just became I couldn't put it up, and then there'd be people who just leave at the very beginning of the game if they didn't like the way things were, they were going, and just to be a troll, I guess. And I lost a lot of content to that, and it got really frustrating having these things keep happening over and over and over again. So I stopped recording for a while. I've also been thinking a lot about what else you guys might want to see on this channel. I do like playing Paragon a lot, but I feel like I do need something else outside of Paragon to put on the channel, because sometimes Paragon videos just don't pan out. Each game can be a 30 to 40 minute investment, and with a lot of the toxicity that's going on, I find a lot of videos have to get trashed because of it, and it can be a real pain, especially considering how little time I have at this point. So anything else that you guys might want to see on this channel, let me know. It'd be a great help. I'd really like to start putting out even more content than I did before, which wasn't much, but I'd really like to get some stuff out there. Um, I think that's pretty much all that I intended to cover about that. So on the video's actual topic, the Countess. This is gonna be the first hero look I've had since I haven't played Paragon in a little while now. But let's take a look at her. So she is melee physical damage, 1.2 seconds. That's pretty fast compared to 1.3s and above. Some of the other melee characters. That's pretty good. 30 damage is very low, actually. The average is 40 normally, and things have changed. Let's look, I use Grux as my base because he has a pretty basic attack. Yeah, 41.2, so she just doesn't do very much damage with her basic, but I'm sure there's a reason for that as I look through her abilities. Okay, Blade Siphon, 52 mana, 12-second cooldown. That's pretty high cooldown. Active. Countess quickly spins, causing 50 physical damage in a circle around your passive. Countess regains a percent of her max health every time she kills an enemy. 10 times more when killing a hero. Okay, that's interesting. So she has a sort of inbuilt better lifesteal, kind of like the corruption item that gives you a percent of the minion's max health, except it's her max health, which is even better a lot of the time. So she has probably a fair amount of health regen. A jungler is good at killing creeps and surviving the jungle. Shadow Slip, 52 mana, 15-second cooldown reduction. Once again, not too high, but pretty high. Countess targets a nearby enemy and blinks to it, dealing 25 physical damage and applying a minus 80 max movement speed slow. That's pretty good for 1.5 seconds. If the target is a minion, it is executed. Retrigger within 4 seconds to return to original position. Okay, so you could, this one's kind of a weird one. So it's a poke ability. You can definitely poke with it, and you can return. So it's a pretty safe poke ability. Or maybe a creep last hit kind of guaranteed thing, but The mana cost is a little much for that. Although I don't know what her mana pool's like yet. I haven't had the opportunity to get her in a game yet. That could be interesting. Dark Tide, level 1, 56 mana, 17-second cooldown. So all above 10 seconds, huh? Okay. Countess sends out a roiling. Roiling, is that a word? I don't know. You guys let me know about that. I'm not sure. Never seen that used anywhere. Cloud of darkness in front of her, dealing 80 physical damage to all enemies in the area of effect. That's a pretty high cooldown. I wonder what the scaling's like on that. How big the AoE is. I got to play her for some of these things, but that could be interesting depending on how that all works out and how it scales. A nice little AoE thing for her. It's pretty good. I feel like she's going to be pretty good at clearing creeps, it looks like. Countess jumps, or Feast, 100 mana, 100 seconds. It's pretty big cooldown on ultimate. Countess jumps to a nearby enemy hero, forcing them to look at her and stunning them for 0.75 seconds. Before dealing 315 physical damage, Countess is locked down for the duration of the attack. I have mixed feelings about this. Obviously, there are some things that could be that should be taken into mind here. For one, I imagine it has a decent range and it has a nice little 0.75 second micro stun associated with it, and a fair amount of damage to start. Now, the fact that she's locked down for the duration of this tells me there's probably a little bit of a time associated with it. That would make me kind of nervous. I feel like during that time she could definitely be punished pretty handily. However, if you use it as a kill sort of thing, and you kill them when you get there, as you use this ability, she's gonna get some health back because she had lower health. So it could be sort of like a reinitiation, take somebody out and then continue the fight, maybe. Or I wouldn't initiate a fight with this. I don't think, unless your team's pretty confident. This seems like something maybe you catch somebody who's running, so you can get some health back, get a quick kill, something like that. Overall, just looking at her abilities and the way some of her stats kind of look. When I say that, I mean like things like cooldowns, mana cost, attack speed here, that initial attack time. She looks like pretty capable. Looks like she's going to be pretty capable at clearing creeps. She has a nice kill ability here. I don't think it's the greatest in my opinion, but I haven't seen it in play yet. I haven't seen how all of her animations are and how that's all going to work quite yet. But she looks like she should do just fine, but it doesn't always work out the way it looks on the ability sheet in game. There can be some issues there, as we all are aware. Now, as a whole, I don't think I'm gonna like her as much as somebody like Grux, or I haven't put any videos on it yet, but I did play a little bit of Quang. I kind of liked him as a support melee character. He had a lot of cool things that I thought he could do. I don't think he's the greatest, but an interesting hero. But with her, I think I'm going to play some games to really get a feel of it, but just as an initial look, and sort of use something to look at just from the abilities and how you think she'd work. Pretty survivable, the nice lifesteal thing, capable of clearing creeps, probably really good in the jungle if I had to guess, but then again she has a slower attack. Pretty good sort of killer in a team fight. You take somebody out, a little bit of health, help out some more, but she'll probably drop off in the late game if, like most melee warriors are, they do typically. I'm gonna do something new here. I'm gonna kind of edit her design. Looks like they put quite a bit of detail into her. They like this little pattern here on her frill thing. Got this weird shiny suit going on. Got two little swords with the little I don't know what you'd call those, like the handle. I'm kind of curious as to what her backstory is. exactly. She looks kind of, I don't know, like this thing here. This is the kind of war paint that I typically think of, like a war chief or like a sort of primitive culture. But this suit doesn't go with that. But I don't know. I think she has kind of an interesting design, and I'm curious as to what exactly her backstory is. I don't. This doesn't tell me too much. Anyways, it's all about. That's all I'm gonna do for this episode video. Sorry, just kind of a first look at her. What do I think she's gonna be like, and then I'm gonna do a gameplay video when I get the chance to kind of see what I really think about her and how she is really gonna be. Oh, she's got a skin already. Oh, nothing too crazy. Oh, that's kind of cool. Anyhow, until next time, guys. See you later.